Hey team, how you going? So, cursory bearing check today. I'm going to go away next weekend, so just taking a look at the bearings. So all I've done is jack this wheel up, obviously one at a time. Take the handbrake off, obviously. You need a little bit of play to check the tyres, and all you need to do is jack it off, just off the ground. Alright, I'm only up about probably 10-12 mil or so. Alright, and then all we're going to do, obviously with both hands, alright, give the wheel a good shake. If there's any play, you know, top to bottom or left to right, alright, then it's a good idea to take your hub off. Alright, you might need to adjust the castle nut, or castle nut, depending on which state you come from. Alright, while I got that off too, just check the seal on the hub, on your dust cover there. Alright, when you originally get the van, alright, you might get a little bit of sort of, you know, leakage around the rim and that. Okay, shouldn't be excessive. If it is excessive, take the cover off, righto, and just make sure that seal there is nice and tight. Alright, so sometimes when they're originally done, because Joe will repack down at Caboolture there, just make sure that is, yeah, not leaking around that dust cap there. Okay, and then you need to just tap that back on, righto, make sure it's nice and neat all the way around. Like I said, you might get a little bit of seepage, righto. You see that little watermark there? Okay, that's probably from the factory, alright, where there's been a little bit of grease just sitting around here, righto, and then eventually it's heated up, and you'll see it sort of run down. Yeah, but if it is excessive, then yeah, take your dust cover off and just check that seal there, right, and give that a tap back on. If I had any play on it, like I said, I'd take this dust cover off and I'd adjust the castle nut. Alright, put the pin back, split pin back through. Alright, and then again, just go through that check again. Alright, most people, I'd probably around the 5,000 mark, I'd take this cap off and just make sure that they've got plenty of grease and that sort of thing. Alright, and if take the bearings out, and if there's no score marks or anything like that, and they're nice and neat, then I'll repack them in fresh grease and put that back in. Okay, but I'd definitely do that at the 10,000 mark, or once a year if you don't crack 10,000 Ks. Alright, anyway, that's a good cursory search. The other one is, okay, when you're on the road and you pull over for your comfort brakes, alright, you will get some idea by feeling the heat on the outside cover, but it's probably better just to check the actual dust seal, alright, because there will be a difference in heat because of the standoff, okay, and the air void in there. But yeah, that's just a cursory search that I do when I'm in the driveway and got the time. Obviously on the road I just use the heat check, alright, and make sure they're not excessively hot. You should be able to keep your hand there, okay, without having to take it away. If you're having to take that away, then it's probably too hot and you probably need to repack your bearings. Okay, but that any of that movement, that sideways movement, alright, that's a good sign that you probably need to just check your bearings and maybe repack and retension your castle nut. Okay, take that play out of it. Anyway, one more wheel to do. Just another thing too, your dust cap. It's probably on most vans too. There's actually only 3 of the nuts actually hold it to the rim. Alright, so there's only 3 holes. Alright, the rest of the little Allen keys you see there are just for looks. Alright, so you can see that one is one that holds it on. That one does not. Alright, anyway, fancy bit of kit. I did have an older van before this one. I actually took these sort of covers off because I liked having these ones exposed, but I'll keep the covers on this one anyway. But yeah, it was nice having it exposed because it's just an easy check. You can also keep an eye on your seal. Alright, but I guess in rough terrain you really don't, it's only a piece of tin, you really don't want stones and you know, sticks, logs and that sort of thing whacking into that, because it will take it out of shape, and if it does dent too hard, it can actually rub on the castle nut. You don't want that sort of happening. My other little van was a camper trailer, was like much smaller and a bit more hidden away than these ones. Anyway, guys, that's a good cursory check to do, right, before you get on the road. See you later. Bye.